Come, my child. Come and be with me. You don't have to straighten up or put on a brave face. Just come as you are right now, in this moment. I know it has been a difficult day. A day filled with so much pain. I want you to know before we go any further that I see it. I truly see it. It is not in your head. You are not overreacting. You are not being too sensitive. The pain you feel is real. It is valid, and I am looking at it with you, right now. I see the pain behind your eyes even when you have been trying to smile. I see it in the way you hold your shoulders, so tense and high, as if bracing for another blow. I see it in the tightness of your jaw and the shallow nature of your breathing. I see the immense effort it has taken you just to get to this point, to the end of a day that has taken so much from you. The world may not see it. People are busy, distracted. They may have asked, "How are you?" And you may have said, "I'm fine," because the real answer was too heavy to speak aloud. It felt too large, too messy, to offer in a casual conversation. So you held it in. You carried it alone. And the loneliness has become a second layer of pain on top of the first. But I am not the world. I am not busy or distracted when it comes to you. You have my full, undivided, and loving attention. And when I ask, "How are you?" I am prepared to sit with you in the silence if the answer is just a tear. I am strong enough to hear the truth of your hurt. What kind of pain is it today, my child? Is it the sharp, searing pain of a fresh wound? A betrayal? A harsh word? A sudden loss? The kind of pain that takes your breath away and makes the world feel unstable and unsafe? I see it. It is a fire, and I am not afraid to draw near to its heat. Or is it the dull, chronic ache of an old sorrow? A grief that you have carried for so long it feels like a part of your own body. A disappointment that has settled deep in your bones. The kind of pain that drains the color from the world and makes every effort feel monumental. I see that too. It is a heavy cloak, and I am here to help you feel its weight, so you can begin to let it go. Is it a physical pain? An illness? An injury? A body that feels like it is turned against you? A pain that limits your life? That fills your days and nights with a relentless, grinding discomfort? I know every nerve, every cell. I see the battle your body is fighting. Whatever its source, whatever its name, your pain matters to me. It is not insignificant. It is not a sign of your weakness or a lack of faith. In this moment, it is simply the truth of your experience. And the first step toward any healing, toward any rest, is to have that truth seen and honored. So let my presence be a mirror for you tonight, but a mirror unlike any other. It is a mirror that reflects you not with judgment, not with criticism, but with a gaze of pure, undiluted compassion. A gaze that says, "I know, I see, I understand, and I am here." You don't have to explain it. You don't have to justify it. You don't have to minimize it. Just let it be what it is. And let me be here with you right in the middle of it. The pain is real, but so am I. And my presence with you is more real, more powerful, and more enduring than any pain you will ever face. For now, just rest in this. Rest in being seen. I am not looking away. I am here. My precious child, now that you know I see your pain, now that it is here between us in this safe and holy space, I want to give you a gift. It is a gift the world rarely offers. It is a gift you may have even denied yourself. It is the sacred, divine gift of permission. Tonight I give you permission to hurt. I release you from the crushing burden of having to be strong. I release you from the exhausting performance of being okay. I release you from any voice inside or out that tells you to get over it, to move on, or to stop crying. Those are the words of those who are uncomfortable with the holy ground of suffering. I am not uncomfortable here. This is a place I know well. You have my permission to let the tears fall if they need to. Tears are not a sign of weakness. They are a sign of a heart that is alive and has loved deeply. They are a physical release for a spiritual wound. They are a language I understand perfectly. So if you feel the sting behind your eyes, the lump in your throat, do not fight it. Let it go. Let your tears be a river that flows before me. Each one is a prayer. Each one is a confession of your pain, and I receive it as a sacred offering. There is no shame in weeping before your Savior. I am the one who will one day wipe every tear from your eyes. You have my permission to be angry. If your pain comes from an injustice, a betrayal, or a profound loss, it is natural to feel anger. Do not be afraid of it. Do not suppress it in the name of piety. Bring your anger to me. Yell at me. Question me. Tell me, this is not fair. I would rather have your honest rage than your feigned submission. My shoulders are broad enough to handle it. Our relationship is strong enough to withstand it. I am not a fragile God. It is in the honest wrestling that you will feel my strength holding you. You have my permission to be weak. Let your body reflect the state of your soul. Let your shoulders slump. Let out the long, ragged sigh you have been holding in all day. You do not have to hold your head up high right now. You can let it hang. You can collapse. I am here to catch you. My strength is made perfect. It finds its truest expression, not in your strength, but in your weakness. Your weakness is the open door through which my power and comfort can finally enter. Remember me in the Garden of Gethsemane? My soul was overwhelmed with sorrow to the point of death. I did not face my pain with a stoic, emotionless strength. I fell on my face. I pleaded with my Father. My sweat was like drops of blood falling to the ground. I know what it is to hurt. I know what it is for the soul to be in agony. I am not asking you to face your pain in a way that I myself was unwilling to. I am inviting you into the same honesty, the same vulnerability that I modeled for you. You cannot heal a wound that you pretend does not exist. You cannot find comfort for a pain you refuse to feel. By giving you permission to hurt, I am opening the door to your own healing. We must first be honest about what is before we can move toward what will be. So for tonight, let go of the struggle against your own pain. Stop fighting a war on two fronts, the war against your circumstances and the war against your own feelings. Let's call a truce on that second front. Just for tonight, it is okay to hurt. It is safe to hurt. Rest in this permission. It is an act of grace. It is an embrace of love that says, I will meet you exactly where you are, in the depths of your pain, and I will not leave you there. So be here, in your pain, and I will be here, with you. Rest now. Just rest. My precious child, as you rest in this sacred permission to hurt, let us together look at the day that has just passed. For the pain you feel now has a history, even if it is only a few hours old. It has a shape, a texture, a weight. And this weight is what has made your journey to this moment so arduous. You have been carrying the weight of this one single day, and it has been so heavy. I want you to know that you do not have to carry it one step further. You do not have to carry it into your sleep. Here with me is where we can finally set it down. Think of your day as a long, difficult path you have been walking since morning. And along this path you have been forced to pick up heavy stones and place them in a pack upon your back. You did not want to carry them, but you had no choice. Each painful moment, each difficult interaction, each wave of sorrow was another stone, another addition to the crushing load. You have been so strong walking all this way without collapsing. But now, you have reached a resting place, our resting place, and it is time to unpack. Let's take the backpack off. In your mind, feel the motion of shrugging the heavy straps from your tired shoulders. Feel the immediate, profound relief as the weight is lifted. The straps have been digging into you, and now you can feel the blood returning to those places, a gentle tingling of release. Let the pack thud softly onto the ground beside us. It makes a heavy, solid sound, a testament to all you have endured. We will not fear what is inside. We will face it together, in the safety of my presence. Let us open it. Reach inside and pull out the first stone. Perhaps it is the stone of a specific conversation, a phone call that brought bad news, a meeting where you felt belittled or misunderstood, an argument with someone you love, where words were said that left a jagged wound. Feel the stone in your hands. It is heavy and its edges are sharp. It has been replaying in your mind, cutting you with each new rehearsal. I see it. I see the pain it has caused. Now I want you to turn to me and I want you to place that heavy, sharp stone into my hands. I will take it. My hands, the hands that were pierced for you, can handle its sharp edges. I will not be wounded by it. As I take it, I absorb the pain of it. I absorb the misunderstanding, the harshness, the sorrow. It is no longer yours to carry. It is mine. Now, reach into the pack again. What else is in there? Ah, this one. This is the stone of watching someone else suffer. The pain of a parent, a child, a friend. It is the stone of helpless empathy. It is so heavy because it is mixed with your love. You have been carrying their pain as if it were your own, and your heart aches under the double burden. You have been worrying, praying, aching for them all day. But my child, you were never meant to be their savior. That is my role. You can love them, you can support them, but you cannot carry their ultimate burden for them. So take this stone, heavy with your love and your worry, and give it to me. Entrust that beloved person to my care. I am with them, just as I am with you. I am working in their life in ways you cannot see. Let me carry the weight of their pain tonight, so you can be free to rest and gather strength to love them again tomorrow. Let's look again. What is this? It is not a single stone, but a collection of heavy, gray sand. It is the weight of physical pain. The relentless ache in your back, the searing fire in your nerves, the throbbing in your head. Each grain of sand is a moment of discomfort, a moment of limitation, a moment of exhaustion from the sheer effort of enduring. All day, this sand has been grinding away at your peace, at your patience. You feel you cannot escape it. But here with me, you can find a respite. I want you to imagine pouring all of that gray sand out of the pack and onto the ground before me. Watch as it forms a mound. And now watch as I place my hand upon it. I do not promise to always remove the source of the pain in an instant, but I do promise to bear the weight of it with you. I am pouring my peace, my grace, my living water onto this sand. I am cooling its heat. I am taking the sharp edges off the grains. I am shouldering the spiritual and emotional weight of your physical suffering, so that your soul can find a space to breathe, even if your body still aches. And what is left? Perhaps the heaviest stone of all. It is the stone of your own reaction to the pain, the guilt over your impatience, the shame over your angry thoughts, the feeling that you are not handling this well enough, that your faith is weak. The accuser loves to add this final stone to your pack, to make you feel like a failure even in your suffering. This stone is a lie. There is no right way to feel pain. There is only the honest way. And your honesty is beautiful to me. So give me this stone of self-condemnation. Let me crush it into dust. There is no condemnation for those who are in me. None. Only grace upon grace. The pack is empty now. The day, with all its specific heavy pains, has been unpacked. It is finished. You have carried it as far as you needed to. You have brought it to me, and I have taken it. All that is left now is the stillness of this moment, the quiet of this sanctuary, the comfort of my presence. You are lighter now. Your shoulders are free. Your spirit can begin to uncurl from the posture of bracing against the weight. You are ready now, truly ready, to begin to rest. My child, Do you feel the lightness now that the heavy pack of the day is gone? It is a noticeable relief. But there is another kind of exhaustion we must talk about, one that is more subtle, but just as profound. It is the exhaustion that comes not from the pain itself, but from the immense effort of holding it all in. Think of your heart and your soul as a vessel. All day long, pain has been pouring into it, and you, with all your might, have been trying to keep a lid on it, to keep it from overflowing. You have been clenching the muscles of your soul, building inner walls, tensing against the pressure for fear that if you let go even for a moment, you will shatter into a million pieces. You fear that the flood of your own sorrow would consume you, and perhaps even those around you. And so you hold it in. You contain it. And this act of constant internal containment is one of the most tiring things a human being can do. It is the energy you spend forcing a smile when you want to weep. It is the strength it takes to make small talk when your mind is screaming with pain. It is the focus required to concentrate on a task at work when your heart is breaking. It is the careful control you exert over your voice to keep it from trembling. It is the deep breath you take to push back the tears before anyone can see them. Each of these small acts of suppression is like lifting a heavy weight, and you have been doing it hundreds, perhaps thousands of times today. No wonder you are so tired. This effort to hold it all in comes from a place of perceived necessity. You do it to protect others from the burden of your sadness. You do it to maintain a sense of normalcy, to keep the world from feeling as chaotic as you feel inside. You do it because you have been taught that strength means showing no weakness. You do it to survive. I see this. I honor the incredible strength it has taken for you to do this. But I am here to tell you that in this place, with me, the need for that kind of strength is over. This is the one place in the universe where you do not have to hold anything in. This is the one relationship where you do not have to manage my perception of you. This is the one sanctuary where it is finally, completely, utterly safe to let go. I want you to picture that vessel of your heart again, filled to the brim with pressurized pain. And I want you to see your own hands, white-knuckled, holding the lid on tight. Now I want you to see my hands gently covering yours. My hands are warm, and they are calm. They are not trying to force the lid off. They are simply offering you the assurance you need to release your own grip. I am here. I will not let you be consumed. I will not let you shatter. I am with you. Now, trusting me, I want you to slowly, gently, begin to loosen your grip. Feel the tension in your own hands begin to ease. As you do, you might feel a tremor of fear. That's okay. Stay with me. Just loosen a little more. Now, let's lift the lid. Just a fraction of an inch. What happens? A hissing sound, the sound of pressurized steam being released. It is the sigh you have been holding in. It is the sob that has been caught in your throat. It is the silent scream of your soul. Let it out. Here, in the sacred space, let the pressure be released. It is not a violent explosion. It is a controlled, safe venting of all that has been trapped inside. With every breath you exhale now, imagine more of that pressure being released. Let your body tremble if it needs to. Let the tears flow if they are there. Let the sounds of your sorrow finally have a voice. This is not breaking down. This is breaking open. It is the breaking open of a prison you have built around your own heart. And what flows out is not a destructive flood, but a river of honest grief. And I am here to be the banks of that river, to make sure it does not overflow in a destructive way. I am here to channel it, to guide it, to receive it. The energy you have been using to hold it all in can now be released. Feel it, leaving your body. The tension in your shoulders, neck, and back can finally begin to melt away. The ache in your stomach from clenching so hard can begin to soften. The headache from the sheer strain of it all can begin to recede. You see, my child, true rest cannot begin until the work of suppression stops. You cannot be at peace while you are at war with your own feelings. The rest I offer you is not just a rest from the pain, but a rest from the effort of dealing with the pain. It is a profound, multi-layered rest. So let it go. Stop holding it in. You have been strong for long enough. Now it is time to be soft. It is time to be vulnerable. It is time to be real. And I will be your strength. I will be the container for your sorrow. I will hold you together as you allow yourself to come apart. There is no greater safety than this. Rest now from the exhausting work of holding on. Just let go. I have you. My dear child, now that you have begun the brave work of letting go, of releasing the immense pressure you have been holding inside, I want to lead you somewhere. The pain you carry has made the world feel harsh, loud, and dangerous. Every sharp edge feels sharper, every loud noise more jarring. Your soul is like a tender, open wound, and the normal atmosphere of the world feels like salt being rubbed into it. You need a place of refuge, a place of deep, profound softness. A place I have prepared just for you. Come, let your spirit follow the sound of my voice. Let us leave behind the world of concrete and deadlines, of difficult news and painful memories. Let's journey to a gentle place, a sanctuary designed specifically for a wounded soul. We are not walking on a hard paved road. The path we take is carpeted with a thick layer of soft, fragrant pine needles. With every step, a gentle cushion meets your foot, and the air is filled with the clean, healing scent of the forest. The light here is not the harsh glare of the sun, but a soft, dappled light filtering through the high canopy of ancient, benevolent trees. It is a light that soothes rather than exposes. We arrive at a small hidden clearing. In the center of this clearing is a pool of water. It is not a grand or imposing lake, but a small, perfectly still, spring-fed pool. The water is impossibly clear, and you can see the smooth, colorful stones that line its bottom. The edges of the pool are lined with the softest, greenest moss you have ever seen, a living velvet that invites your touch. This is a place of quiet life, a place of healing. There is a place to rest here, right by the water's edge. It is a hollow in the earth, lined with that same soft moss and filled with dry, sweet-smelling leaves. It is a nest. A safe, enclosed, comfortable space perfectly shaped for you to curl up in. Come, lie down in this nest. Feel how it cradles you, supporting every part of your body. You can feel the gentle, living energy of the earth beneath you, a stable and constant presence. You are held. You are grounded. Now I want you to feel the atmosphere of this place. It is an atmosphere of peace so deep it feels like you can breathe it in. The air is cool and clean. The only sounds are the gentle whisper of the wind in the high branches of the pines and perhaps the distant, flute-like call of a single bird. There are no demands here. There are no expectations. There are no sudden noises to startle your weary nervous system. Everything here is slow, gentle, and intentional. This place is a living metaphor for my heart. My heart for you is this quiet clearing. It is this safe nest. It is this place of deep, undisturbed peace. When you are with me, you are here. This is the reality that is always available to you, no matter how chaotic your outer world becomes. In this sanctuary, your wounds can finally be exposed to the clean air of grace without fear of further injury. The pain that you have guarded so fiercely can be allowed to breathe. There is nothing here that will harm it. There is no one here who will judge it. It is just you and me and the deep, healing quiet of the woods. I want you to imagine the pain you feel as a physical object. Perhaps it is a tangled, thorny vine wrapped around your heart. Perhaps it is a shard of dark, jagged glass embedded in your soul. Or maybe it is a heavy, cold stone in the pit of your stomach. Here, in the safety of this nest, you can finally look at it. You can acknowledge its shape, its texture, its weight, without being overwhelmed by it. And I am here with you, not as a surgeon with a scalpel, ready to cut it out of you immediately. I am here simply as a compassionate witness, I am sitting beside your nest, my presence a silent testament of love and protection. My presence changes the atmosphere. It makes the air itself a healing balm. So just rest here, in this gentle place. Let the quiet sounds be a lullaby. Let the soft light be a comfort to your eyes. Let the feeling of being held in this earthy nest soothe your aching body. Let the clean air begin its gentle work on your wounded soul. You do not have to do anything. You do not have to fix yourself. You do not have to figure out how to heal. Your only job in this moment is to allow yourself to be here, to be present in this place of safety, to be still, to be held. The healing comes not from your effort, but from your surrender to the healing environment of my love. Rest now, my child. Rest in this gentle place I have made for you. My beloved child, as you rest here in this safe, quiet place, feeling the first stirrings of peace, a thought might enter your mind. It is a subtle but powerful thought that can create a sense of distance between us, even now. You might think, he cannot possibly understand this. He is God. He is perfect and holy and in heaven. What could he possibly know of this messy, ugly human pain I feel? It is a thought born of a deep sense of isolation, the feeling that your suffering is so unique and so profound that you are utterly alone in it. I want to lean in close now and speak directly to that thought. I want to dismantle that wall of perceived distance with the truth of my own story. My child, I am no stranger to sorrow. Do not picture me only as the resurrected King, seated in glory at the right hand of the Father. That is who I am now, but it is not the whole of my story. To understand my heart for you in your pain, you must remember the journey I took to get there. You must remember the man of sorrows. The prophet Isaiah, looking forward through the centuries, saw me. And what did he see? He saw one who was despised and rejected by men, a man of sorrows and acquainted with grief. Acquainted with it, intimately familiar with it, not as a distant concept, but as a constant companion. My life on earth was not a triumphant parade from one miracle to the next. It was threaded through with profound human sorrow. I know the pain of being misunderstood and rejected by those I came to love. My own family, at times, thought I was out of my mind. The religious leaders who should have recognized me called me a blasphemer and a glutton. My own disciples, my closest friends, constantly failed to grasp who I was and what I came to do. I know the sting of being surrounded by people yet feeling utterly alone in my purpose. Your pain of being misunderstood? I know it. I know the pain of deep, personal grief. When my friend Lazarus died, I stood before his tomb and I wept. My tears were not for show. They were the genuine, heart-wrenching tears of a man who loved his friend and felt the brutal agony of loss. I knew I held the power of resurrection, but I chose to enter fully into the human experience of bereavement first. Your pain of losing someone you love? I know it. I have tasted its bitterness. I know the pain of betrayal. On the night I needed my friends the most, in the Garden of Gethsemane, they fell asleep. One of them, whom I had taught and loved, betrayed me with a kiss for a handful of silver coins. Another, my rock, a man I loved so dearly, swore he did not even know me, not once, but 3 times, his curses echoing in the cold night air. The sharp, sickening pain of being abandoned and betrayed by those you trusted? I know it in my very bones. And I know the agony of physical pain that is beyond human description. I know the feeling of thorns pressed into the scalp. I know the searing fire of a whip tearing at the flesh. I know the deep grinding pain of nails piercing hands and feet. I know the suffocating struggle for every single breath upon a cross. I did not insulate myself from this. I inhabited it fully. Your physical pain, no matter how great, is something I can look upon not with sterile pity, but with a deep experiential empathy. And finally, I know the ultimate pain, the one pain you will never have to experience. The pain of being utterly separated from the presence and love of my Father. For a moment on that cross I bore the full weight of all the sin and sorrow of humanity, and I cried out, my God, why have you forsaken me?" It was the cry of the ultimate orphan, the ultimate exile. It was the deepest, darkest sorrow the universe has ever known. I went there so that you would never have to. I endured that ultimate separation so that I could promise you, with absolute integrity, I will never leave you, nor forsake you. So do not ever believe the lie that I do not understand. Your pain does not shock me. Your tears do not surprise me. Your grief does not push me away. Instead, it draws me closer, because in your suffering, you are walking a path that I myself have walked. And the shepherd always knows the way home from a path he has trod himself. My sorrow qualifies me to be your comforter. My wounds qualify me to be your healer. I am not a distant, unfeeling God. I am your Savior, your brother, your friend, and I am intimately, profoundly, eternally acquainted with your grief. Rest in that knowledge. You are not alone in this. I am with you, my beloved child. Now that you know that I am no stranger to your sorrow, that I understand the very texture of your pain, I want to invite you to do something that may feel counterintuitive. For so long you have been trying to manage your pain. You have been trying to keep it at a distance, even from yourself. You have been trying to protect others from it, and perhaps in a strange way, you have even been trying to protect me from it. You come to me in prayer, but you present a polished, edited version of your heart. You hold back the full extent of your hurt, fearing it might be too much, too messy, too ugly. You have been holding your pain at arm's length. But tonight, I am not asking you to push your pain away. I am asking you to let me come close to it. Imagine your pain as a wounded animal you are holding. It is frightened and hurt, and its instinct is to lash out or to hide. And your instinct is to hold it tightly, to control it, to keep it from overwhelming everything. But I am not here to snatch it from you or to silence its cries. I am the master of all creation, and even the most wounded and frightened creature recognizes the safety of my presence. I am asking for your permission to slowly, gently approach. I am not coming with bright lights and loud instruments. I am not coming with quick fixes and easy answers. I am approaching with a profound and holy quiet. I am getting down on the ground with you right where you are. I am moving slowly, so as not to startle you or the pain you hold. My posture is one of humility and reverence for the sacred ground of your suffering. Can you feel me drawing near? It is not an invasion. It is an invitation. It is the gentle warmth of my presence beginning to fill the space around you. It is a stillness that calms the frantic energy of your fear. My approach does not agitate your pain. It begins to soothe it, just by proximity. You see, you have been trying to keep your pain in the darkness of your own heart, believing that light would be too harsh for it. But my light is not harsh. It is a gentle, healing light. And when you allow me to draw near, you are allowing me to bring this light to bear upon your wound. And in my light, things that seemed monstrous and overwhelming in the dark are revealed for what they are. In my light, the lies that your pain has been telling you begin to lose their power. In my light, the path to healing, though it may be long, begins to become visible. So I ask you, will you let me come closer? You don't have to do anything but give a simple, silent yes from your heart. A yes to my nearness, a yes to letting me see it all, the full extent of the damage, the full depth of the ache. You do not need to clean the wound before the healer arrives. You just need to let the healer draw near. When I walked the earth, people would bring the sick and the suffering to me. They would lay them at my feet. They knew instinctively that proximity to me was the beginning of the miracle. The woman with the issue of blood knew that if she could just touch the hem of my garment, she would be healed. She knew that healing flowed from me, that my very presence was charged with restorative power. Tonight, you do not even have to reach out and touch the hem of my garment. I am coming to you. I am bringing my presence, my healing, my love, right to the heart of your pain. All I need is your permission to get close, to sit with you, to share the space with your sorrow. Let go of the need to protect me. My heart is not fragile. It was broken for you, so that it could be a safe place for your own brokenness. Let go of the need to have it all figured out. Just let me be with you in the not knowing. Let go of the fear that your pain is too much for me. My capacity to be with you in your suffering is as infinite as my love for you. So breathe, my child, and with your next exhale, whisper that, yes. Yes, Jesus, come closer. Come and sit with me in my pain. Come and be the quiet, steady, loving presence right here in the middle of it all. And feel the atmosphere change as I do. Feel the peace that begins to settle, not because the pain is gone, but because you are no longer facing it alone. The healer is here, and he is closer than your own breath. My dear one, now that you have bravely allowed me to come close, to sit with you in the very heart of your pain, it is time for the next step. It is a step of profound trust and surrender. For so long you have been the one holding your pain. You have been clenching it in your fists, wrapping your arms around it, carrying it in your heart. It has become your constant companion, and the effort of holding on to it has become a primary source of your exhaustion. Tonight I want to ask you for something. Let me hold what hurts. This is more than just a metaphor. It is a spiritual transaction, an act of entrustment. I want you to visualize it. In the quiet sanctuary of your mind, I want you to identify what it is that hurts the most. Is it your heart? Is your heart the epicenter of your pain? Does it feel like a bruised, broken, fragile thing? Picture yourself, with the utmost gentleness, reaching into your own chest and lifting out your heart. See it in your hands. See its weariness, its wounds, its sorrow. And now, see me kneeling before you, my own hands outstretched, waiting. My hands are not demanding. They are simply open, offering a safe place. With a deep breath of trust, I want you to place your hurting heart into my hands. Let me take its full weight. Feel the transfer. Feel your own arms become lighter as mine take the load. Or perhaps it is your mind that hurts. Is your mind a place of torment? A whirlwind of anxious thoughts, painful memories, and relentless fears? Has the pain of this day turned your mind into a chaotic, unsafe place? If so, I want you to picture your thoughts as a frantic, buzzing swarm, a tangled ball of thorny wire. See yourself gathering it all up, this chaotic mass of mental anguish. It hurts to even touch it, but gather it you do, and you lift it out. And you see my hands, steady and calm, ready to receive it. Place that tangled mess into my hands. Do not worry that it will sting me or confuse me. I am the one who brings order out of chaos. I am the one whose thoughts are higher than your thoughts. I can hold the chaos of your mind and not be moved. Or is your pain primarily in your body? A physical ache, a chronic illness, a weary frame that has fought so hard? I want you to picture that pain. Give it a shape and a color. Perhaps it is a pulsing red fire in a specific place. Perhaps it is a heavy dark cloak covering your whole body. In your mind, I want you to see yourself gathering up that physical pain. If it is a fire, cup it in your hands. If it is a cloak, shrug it from your shoulders and offer it to me. Place it into my open hands. I am the one who inhabited a human body. I know its frailties. I know its capacity for pain. When you give me the spiritual and emotional weight of your physical suffering, it allows your body to find a deeper level of rest, a respite from the fight. Whatever it is that you are placing in my hands, your heart, your mind, your body, I want you to watch what happens now. As it rests in my palms, I am not examining it with a critical eye. I am gazing upon it with a love that is beyond your comprehension. I am honoring the battle it has fought. And now, I am closing my hands around it. Gently, securely. It is safe now. It is no longer your responsibility to carry it, to protect it, to manage it. It is mine. I am holding it for you. This act of giving it to me does not mean the pain will vanish in an instant, but it does mean that you are no longer carrying it alone. The burden has been transferred. You are now free from the work of holding your own pain. And what are you left with? You are left with empty hands. Hands that are no longer clenched around your sorrow. Hands that are open. And into those open hands, I want to place a gift. I am placing my peace. I am placing my rest. I am placing my strength. Feel the warmth of my gifts in your empty hands. It is a lightness, a freedom, a release. You have done the bravest thing you can do. You have trusted me with the most painful, vulnerable part of yourself. And I will not fail you. I will hold what hurts. I will guard it through the night. I will tend to it with my healing love. And you, my child, you can finally rest. Your hands are free. Your shoulders are light. Your heart is in my keeping. Now sleep. My dear child, you have done such a brave and beautiful thing. You have placed your pain, your hurting heart, your chaotic mind into my hands. And as it rests there, as you begin to feel the first stirrings of lightness and relief, a question might arise in the back of your mind. It is a question born of past hurts and betrayals. The question is it really safe there? Will you be careful with it? Will you hold it gently? Or will you crush it? Can I truly trust you with this most fragile part of myself? It is a valid question. The world has not been kind to your heart. People have handled your vulnerability carelessly. They have dropped what you have entrusted to them. They have been clumsy or impatient or even cruel. So you have learned to be fiercely protective of your own pain. To trust it to another feels like the ultimate risk. So I want you to look closely at my hands, the hands that are now holding all that hurts you. I want you to see them clearly, for they are unlike any other hands in the universe. They are not the smooth, unblemished hands of one who has never known suffering. They are not the weak, incapable hands of one who cannot bear your weight. Look closer. What do you see? You see the scars. In the center of each of my palms, you see a wound. A deep, permanent, glorified scar. It is the mark of the nail. It is the price I paid for you. It is the evidence of a love so profound that it was willing to be broken, to be pierced, to endure the ultimate pain, all for your sake. These are not the hands of a stranger to suffering. These are the hands of a fellow sufferer. These are wounded hands. And it is the very fact that they are wounded that makes them so incredibly safe. My wounded hands know the language of pain. They understand on a cellular level what it means to be pierced. When I hold your broken heart, I hold it with an empathy that is born of my own breakage. I know which parts are most tender. I know how to cup it in a way that supports its fragile structure, rather than putting pressure on its cracks. My wounds have given me a supernatural sensitivity to yours. I will never be clumsy with your pain. My wounded hands are a testament to my strength. Paradoxically, these scars are not a sign of my weakness, but of my ultimate power. They are a sign that I have entered into the heart of all the world's darkness, all its pain, all its sin, and I have triumphed over it. I have borne the full weight of it, and have come out the other side victorious. This means that your pain, no matter how immense it feels to you, is not too heavy for me. It cannot overwhelm me. It cannot defeat me. The hands that hold you are the hands that have already defeated death, hell, and the grave. There is no greater strength, no greater power in all the cosmos. Your pain is safe in the hands that have already conquered all pain, and my wounded hands are the ultimate promise of my love. Every time you are tempted to doubt my intentions for you, every time you fear that I might abandon you or mishandle your heart, I want you to look at these scars. They are a permanent, unerasable declaration that says, I love you this much. I was willing to go this far. I have carved your name on the palms of my hands. Your name and my wounds are forever intertwined. You are not an afterthought to me. You are etched into the very evidence of my sacrifice. How could I ever be careless with something that is engraved upon my own hands? So do not be afraid. The hands holding your heart tonight are the safest place in all of existence. They are the hands of the Creator, strong enough to hold the universe. They are the hands of the Savior, scarred with a love that will never fail. They are the hands of the Healer, infinitely gentle and wise. I am not holding your pain at a distance. I am holding it close to my own heart. I am surrounding it with my own divine life. I am cradling it in a grip that is both infinitely powerful and infinitely tender. No one can snatch it from my hand. Nothing can harm it while it is in my keeping. So let go of that last lingering fear. Let go of the need to oversee how I am caring for you. You have entrusted your most precious possession to the only one in the universe who is completely, utterly, and perfectly trustworthy. I will not fail you. I will not drop you. I will not hurt you. Your pain is safe in my wounded hands. Now, rest in that safety. Rest in that love. Rest. My child, as you rest in the safety of my wounded hands holding your pain, I want to draw you into a deeper understanding of a promise I made in the ancient scriptures. It is a promise specifically for nights like this, for seasons like this. The psalmist David, a man who knew profound pain and profound intimacy with me, wrote these words: The Lord is near to the brokenhearted and saves the crushed in spirit. This is not just a beautiful line of poetry. It is a law of the spiritual realm. It is a description of my very nature. I want you to feel the physics of this promise tonight. I want you to understand that my proximity to you is directly proportional to your pain. The more your heart is breaking, the closer I draw. Imagine the universe as a great resonant space, and imagine your heart as a bell. For much of your life, it may ring with the clear, happy tones of joy and contentment, and I am with you in that joy, delighting in its music. But when your heart breaks, it does not fall silent. It emits a different sound, a deep, low, fractured note, a sound of sorrow that vibrates through the heavens, and my own heart is tuned to that specific frequency. When I hear the sound of a breaking heart, it is a call I cannot ignore. It is a homing beacon that draws my entire being, my full attention, my most tender compassion, directly to the source. So right now, in your brokenheartedness, you are not pushing me away. You are, in fact, drawing me nearer than ever before. Your pain has made you a magnet for my presence. The world often does the opposite, doesn't it? When people are in pain, others can be afraid to get too close. They don't know what to say. They feel awkward. They keep a respectful but safe distance. But I'm not like that. I do not keep a safe distance. I move toward the wreckage. I run toward the cry of pain. When I see you crushed in spirit, my first and only instinct is to come and be with you in the rubble. When I walked on earth, I was constantly demonstrating this truth. I was drawn to the ones who were in pain. I went to the home of the grieving sisters, Mary and Martha. I stopped for the blind beggar Bartimaeus crying out on the side of the road. I sought out the lepers, the outcasts, the ones whose spirits had been crushed by society and by disease. I did not love them from afar. I came close. I touched them. I sat with them. I ate with them. My nearness was the beginning of their healing. So I want you to feel this nearness now. It is a tangible reality. It is not just an idea. Feel the atmosphere in your room shift as you become aware of my closeness. It is the feeling of the air becoming a little warmer, a little thicker with a sense of peace. It is the feeling of a presence so profound that the silence itself feels different. No longer empty, but full. It is the sense that if you were to reach out your hand, you would not touch empty air, but you would touch the very substance of my being. I am nearer to you now than the pain itself. My presence is more immediate than your next anxious thought. My love is closer to you than your own skin. And what do I do in this nearness? The promise says, I save the crushed in spirit. The word for save here is not just about a future rescue. It means to deliver, to heal, to preserve, to make whole. In my nearness, I begin to do this saving work. My presence itself is the salvation. My nearness is the beginning of your deliverance from the crushing power of despair. My closeness is the start of your healing. I am preserving you even now from being utterly consumed by your sorrow. You do not need to do anything to make this happen. You do not need to climb a mountain to get closer to me. Your broken heart has already done the work. It has sounded the note that has drawn me to your side. Your only job now is to receive my nearness, to acknowledge it, to rest in it, to let it be the single most real thing in your experience right now. The pain is real, but my presence is more real. The brokenness is true, but my nearness is a deeper truth. Lie still and let yourself be held in this invisible embrace. I am here, so very near, closer than close, and in my nearness you are safe. In my nearness you are saved. Rest now, my child. Rest in the arms of the God who is and always will be, near to the brokenhearted. My beloved child, as you rest in the profound truth of my nearness, let us speak more specifically about the nature of the pain you are feeling. For not all pain is the same. Sometimes pain is a dull, chronic ache. But tonight, perhaps what you are feeling is a sting, a sharp, acute, piercing pain. It is the pain of a fresh wound, a recent disappointment, a word spoken only hours ago that still rings in your ears. It is a pain that feels hot, inflamed, and raw. It demands your constant attention, and its intensity makes rest feel like an impossible dream. This kind of pain, the sting, is particularly exhausting because it keeps your entire nervous system on high alert. It is like a fire alarm that will not stop blaring. It screams of danger, of damage, of a reality that has been suddenly and violently disrupted. It sends signals of panic through your body, tightening your muscles, quickening your breath, and flooding your mind with a frantic energy. It is the pain that makes you want to squirm, to run, to do anything to escape the intensity of the present moment. But I am here to tell you, you do not have to run. You do not have to escape. Right here, in this sanctuary with me, we can tend to this sting. I have a medicine for it. It is not a medicine that will magically erase the wound, for wounds need time to heal. But it is a medicine that will soothe the inflammation, calm the frantic signals, and take the fire out of the pain, allowing you to find a measure of peace even before the healing is complete. This medicine is a balm, the balm of my presence. I want you to picture your pain, this sting, as a raw, red, inflamed wound upon your soul. You have been trying to protect it, perhaps by covering it, but the covering has been rough and has only irritated it further. Or perhaps you have left it exposed, and every little breeze of memory, every thought, causes it to throb with fresh agony. Now, I want you to see me approaching, not with a rough cloth or a painful procedure, but with a small, smooth, alabaster jar. This jar is filled with a precious ointment, a balm made of my own peace. It is cool to the touch. It smells of ancient calming things, of frankincense and myrrh, of spikenard and a peace that passes all understanding. This balm is my grace made tangible. With the utmost care, with a touch as light as a feather, I am going to apply this balm to your wound. You do not have to brace yourself. There will be no pain in this application. My touch will be infinitely gentle. As I open the jar, a cool, calming fragrance fills the air around you. Breathe it in. Let this scent be the first wave of relief, signaling to your anxious spirit that help has arrived. Now, watch as I take a small amount of this cool, soothing balm on my fingertips, and ever so slowly, I begin to apply it to the edges of your wound. As the balm touches your inflamed soul, you feel an immediate sensation of cooling relief. It is like placing cool water on a burn. The fire does not vanish, but its ferocious heat begins to subside. The angry redness begins to soften. The frantic, screaming nerves begin to quiet down, soothed by the gentle, cooling power of my peace. I am not rubbing it in. I am not massaging the wound. That would be too much for it to bear right now. I'm simply letting the balm rest upon it, allowing its healing properties to slowly, gently, seep into the deeper layers of your being. Feel it. Feel the sting beginning to transform into a dull, manageable throb. Feel the fire turning into a gentle warmth. Feel your nervous system receiving the signal. The danger has passed. The healer is here. You can stand down. You can be still. This balm of my presence has several properties. It is an anti-inflammatory. It reduces the swelling of your panicked emotions, allowing you to see the situation with a little more clarity, a little less terror. It gives you space to breathe around the pain rather than being completely consumed by it. It is also an anesthetic. It gently numbs the sharpest, most unbearable edges of the pain. It does not remove all feeling. That would not be true healing. But it takes the edge off, making the pain bearable, making rest possible. It allows you to lie still without the constant urge to flee from your own skin. And most importantly, it is an antiseptic. It gently cleanses the wound. It prevents the bitterness, the resentment, or the despair from setting in and causing a deeper infection of the soul. My presence, my peace, my love, they purify the wound, creating a clean, safe environment where true, long-term healing can begin to take place. So lie here, and let me tend to you. Let me continue to apply this cool, soothing balm to the sting of your pain. Your only job is to receive this ministration, to breathe in the calming fragrance of my peace, to feel the relief as the fire subsides. The alarm is being silenced. The inflammation is being soothed. The wound is being protected. You are being cared for with an infinite and expert tenderness. The sting was so sharp and you have been so brave. But now, the healer is here. The balm is being applied. And rest is finally becoming possible. Just lie still and let the medicine of my presence do its gentle, holy work. My child, perhaps the pain you carry tonight is not a sharp, new sting, but something different. Perhaps it is an ache, a deep, chronic, and wearying ache. It is the pain you have lived with for so long that you can scarcely remember what life was like without it. It is the grief that has become a part of your daily landscape. It is the illness that has become your constant companion. It is the low-grade sorrow of a life that has not turned out the way you had hoped. Unlike a sting, which screams for attention, an ache can be quiet. It is a dull, heavy, and persistent pressure that drains your energy, saps your strength, and colors your entire world in shades of gray. The exhaustion from this kind of pain is profound. It is the weariness of a marathon runner who never sees a finish line. You wake up with it in the morning, you carry it through your day, and you take it to bed with you at night. You have learned to function with it, to build your life around it. You may have even stopped talking about it because there is nothing new to say. It is just there, a constant, heavy presence. And because it has been there for so long, you may have come to believe that you must carry it alone. You may have even come to believe that this is just who you are now, a person who aches. But I am here tonight to speak a new truth over you. Your ache is real, but your identity is not defined by it. and you do not have to carry its full weight by yourself, not for one more moment. For a sharp sting, I bring a soothing balm, but for a deep and chronic ache, I bring something else. I bring myself as a support, a constant, steady, and load-bearing presence. I want you to picture your ache as a tremendously heavy object that you have been carrying in your arms for years. Perhaps it is a large, rough-hewn stone. Your muscles are permanently contracted from the strain of holding it. Your back is bowed under its weight. You cannot even imagine what it would feel like to set it down, because you have been holding it for as long as you can remember. Now, I want you to see me coming to stand not in front of you, but beside you. And I do not try to snatch the heavy stone from your arms. You are not ready for that. To let it go completely would feel too frightening, too strange. You have become accustomed to its weight. So instead, I do something else. I slide my own arms underneath the stone right alongside yours. Feel that moment. The moment my support comes underneath your burden. Suddenly the weight in your own arms is lessened. It is not gone, but it is shared. You can still feel the presence of the ache, the rough texture of the stone, but you are no longer bearing its full, crushing gravity. My strength has been added to yours. My eternal, unweariable power is now helping you to hold what has been threatening to crush you. Let your own muscles relax just a little. You can straighten your back just a fraction. You can take a deeper breath than you have taken in a long time, because my strength is now underneath the weight that has been constricting your chest. This is what it means to live with a chronic ache in my presence. It is not always about the immediate removal of the pain, but about the constant shared carrying of it. I am your partner in this. I am your yoke fellow. I am the one who gets under the load with you and says, "Okay, let's carry this together." I do not grow tired. I do not get weary. My patience is infinite. I can walk with you under this weight for as long as it takes. And as we carry it together, something miraculous begins to happen. The nature of the ache begins to change, because you are no longer spending all of your energy just trying to endure the weight. You have a little energy left over, energy to notice other things. You can notice the warmth of my presence beside you. You can notice the beauty of the path we are walking, a beauty you were blind to when your head was bowed so low. The ache itself becomes a point of connection between us. It is the very thing that our hands are touching together. It becomes a place of profound and constant communion. Your pain becomes a holy ground where you experience my faithfulness, my strength, and my love in the most tangible, moment-by-moment way. So tonight, as you lie here with your deep, familiar ache, I invite you to perform this holy act of surrender. In your mind, feel me sliding my arms under the burden with you. Consciously release a percentage of the weight to me. Maybe you can only release 10% tonight. That's okay. Tomorrow you might be able to release 20. The goal is to progressively let me take more and more of the strain. Let go of the belief that this ache is yours alone to carry. It is ours now. And my power, my love, and my presence are more than enough to sustain us both. Rest now, my child. You do not have to hold it so tightly anymore. Let me take the weight. Let your tired arms find some ease. Let your weary spirit find some peace. We will carry this together. Just rest. My beloved child, as we hold your pain together, whether it is a sharp sting or a chronic ache, there is another layer we must gently explore, for pain is rarely just a simple physical or emotional sensation. It has a powerful accomplice, a willing partner that can amplify it, sustain it, and even create a whole new dimension of suffering around it. That accomplice is your mind. Your mind is a beautiful, powerful gift I have given you. It is designed for creativity, for reason, for love, for worship. But when pain enters the body or the heart, the mind can often, with the best of intentions, become an engine of more pain. It desperately wants to understand what is happening, to find a cause, to create a plan, to protect you from future harm. But in its frantic attempts to help, it can get caught in destructive loops that add a heavy layer of mental anguish on top of the original wound. Let's look at some of these loops together, with compassion and without judgment. Perhaps your mind is caught in the loop of what if. This is the voice of anxiety, and it is a powerful fuel for pain. You feel a twinge in your body, and your mind immediately leaps to the worst-case scenario. What if it's serious? What if it never gets better? What if it means I can't work anymore? What if I become a burden to my family? You feel the pain of a heartbreak, and your mind catastrophizes. What if I never love again? What if I end up alone forever? Each what if is a log thrown onto the fire of your pain, making it burn hotter and more fiercely. It takes the present reality of your pain and projects it into an imagined future filled with terror and loss. This is an exhausting, terrifying, and utterly fruitless work for your mind to be doing. Or perhaps your mind is trapped in the loop of, why me? This is the voice of bitterness or injustice. It endlessly replays the perceived unfairness of your situation. Why do I have to go through this when others are healthy and happy? What did I do to deserve this? It's not fair. This loop does not seek answers. It seeks validation for its own sense of victimhood. It chews on the pain, ruminating on it, keeping the sense of injury fresh and raw. It prevents the wound from ever closing because it is constantly picking at the scab of unfairness. This creates a hard, bitter shell around the pain, making it very difficult for my grace and comfort to penetrate. Or maybe your mind is stuck in the loop of, if only. This is the voice of regret and self-blame. It looks to the past to find a reason for the present pain. If only I hadn't made that decision. If only I had listened to that advice. If only I were a better person, this wouldn't be happening. This loop insists that your current pain is a punishment you have brought upon yourself. It adds the immense weight of guilt and shame to the already heavy burden of your suffering. It convinces you that you are not only in pain, but that you deserve to be in pain, which is one of the cruelest lies the enemy can whisper to a suffering soul. My child, do you recognize your own mind in any of these patterns? Most of us visit all three, and the result is that your original pain is now surrounded by a thick, suffocating fog of anxiety, bitterness, and shame. It is a terrible and lonely place for your mind to be. But you are not your mind. You are the observer of your mind. And you are not alone. I am here with you, and I am the Lord of the mind. I am the Prince of Peace, and my peace can stand guard not only over your heart, but over your thoughts as well. So let's begin to quiet the engine. Let's not fight these thought loops. Let's simply choose to step out of them. We will do this by giving your mind a new place to rest, a new truth to hold on to. I want you to bring to your mind a simple, powerful truth from my word. Let's choose this one. You will keep in perfect peace those whose minds are steadfast because they trust in you. This is not a command to stop thinking anxious thoughts. It is an invitation to make your mind steadfast, to fix it, to anchor it on me. When the what-if thoughts of future dread begin to swirl, we will not follow them down their dark path. We will gently, lovingly, unhook our attention from them and bring it back to this anchor. I trust in you. You do not have to argue with the fear. You simply change the channel. The thought comes, what if this pain never ends? And you gently respond in your soul, even so, I will trust in you. When the why me thoughts of bitterness begin to rise, we will not engage in the debate. We will bring our mind back to the anchor. The thought comes, this is so unfair, and you gently respond, my mind is steadfast because I trust in you. You are surrendering your need for an explanation in favor of your trust in my character. When the if-only thoughts of regret try to drag you into the past, we will refuse to go. We will remain in the present moment with our anchor. The thought comes, "This is all my fault," and you gently respond, "My peace is in you and I trust in you." You are replacing self-blame with a radical trust in my grace, which is powerful enough to redeem any past mistake. This is a gentle, patient, and repeated practice. Your mind will wander back to its old, painful loops. That is its habit. Do not be discouraged. Do not be harsh with yourself. Just notice where it has gone, and like a loving shepherd, gently guide it back to the anchor, back to the truth. I trust in you. Tonight, you are giving your mind permission to rest from its frantic, pain-fueling work. You are releasing it from the impossible job of being your protector and problem solver. You are allowing it to be what it was meant to be, a place of quiet communion with me. Let my peace stand guard. Let your mind be still. The pain in your body or heart is enough to deal with. You do not have to endure the added pain of a mind at war. Be still and know that I am God. Trust in me, and let your mind at last be at peace. My precious child, now that we have begun to quiet the mind and create a safe space for your pain, I want to give you a very practical, very tangible tool to use, not only tonight, but in all the moments when your pain feels overwhelming. It is the simple, profound gift of your own breath. But we are going to learn to use it in a new way. We are not going to use it to fight the pain, or to deny the pain, or even to try and make the pain go away. We are going to use it to breathe through the pain. We are going to use it to create space around the pain, so that it no longer consumes your entire reality. When a wave of intense pain comes, whether physical or emotional, what is our first, instinctive reaction? We hold our breath. We tense up. We brace for impact. We clench every muscle in our body, as if we can form a physical barrier to keep the pain out. But what does this do? This tension, this holding, this resistance, it actually makes the pain worse. It traps the pain inside. It creates a feedback loop of tension and pain, each one feeding the other, until it becomes unbearable. Tonight, we are going to learn a new response. A response of softness, a response of release, a response of breathing through. I want you to bring your attention back to your physical body as it rests here, and bring your awareness to the sensation of your pain. I know this is a difficult thing to ask. Your instinct is to distract yourself from it. But for just a moment, I want you to look at it with a gentle, curious, detached awareness. See it not as me, but as a sensation that is happening within me. Now I want you to imagine that your pain has a shape, a center, and edges. And all around it you have built a wall of tension, a tight, constricted barrier of resistance. It is this barrier that is causing so much of the secondary suffering. With your next breath, I want you to do something radical. As you breathe in, I want you to imagine that your breath is not trying to avoid the pain, but is actually flowing to it. Imagine the air, filled with my peace and my presence, gently flowing to the very edges of your pain, and as it reaches the edges, it begins to create space. It is like pouring water into a tightly packed container of sand. The water finds its way into all the tiny spaces, creating a sense of fluidity and movement where before there was only solid, impacted density. Breathe in, and imagine your breath creating a small, gentle cushion of air all around the site of your pain, just a millimeter of space. And now, as you breathe out, I want you to imagine the wall of tension around the pain softening, relaxing, melting just a little bit. You are letting go of the resistance. You are surrendering the fight. Let's continue this. Another slow, deep breath in. Imagine the air, my spirit, my ruach, flowing once again to the place that hurts. And this time, it creates a little more space. The cushion of air gets a little thicker. The pain is still there in the center, but it is no longer pressed up against your raw nerves with such intensity. It has room to breathe. And as you exhale a long, slow, sighing breath, let another layer of tension in your body dissolve. Let your shoulders drop further. Let your belly become soft. You are teaching your body that it does not have to fight this sensation. It can be soft in its presence. This is breathing through the moment. It is a profound act of acceptance. You are not saying you like the pain. You are not saying you want it to stay. You are simply saying, for this moment, it is here. And for this moment, I will not fight it. I will be soft. I will create space. I will breathe. As you continue this practice, you may notice a shift. The pain may not disappear, but its character may change. The sharp, terrifying, all-consuming nature of it begins to lessen. When you stop fighting it, it stops fighting you back with such ferocity. It can become just a sensation. Intense, yes, but manageable, rather than a monster that is devouring you. You are learning to be the container for the pain, rather than being contained by it. And I am here with you, giving you the strength and the courage to do so. This is a powerful tool you can use anytime, anywhere. When a wave of grief washes over you during the day, you can stop, take one conscious breath, and imagine creating space around it. When a flare-up of physical pain threatens to send you into a panic, you can return to your breath, flowing toward the pain, softening the resistance. You are changing your relationship with your pain. You are moving from being its victim to being its compassionate observer. You are moving from resistance to release. And in that shift, there is an incredible amount of peace to be found. So for the rest of our time together tonight, let this be your gentle rhythmic practice. Inhale and send the breath of my peace to create space around your pain. Exhale and let go of the tension, the resistance, the fight. Breathe in, create space. Breathe out, let go. You are not trapped. You are not helpless. You are breathing, and I am breathing with you through this moment, and the next, and the next. My precious child, as you lie here, breathing through the moment, creating space around your pain, there may come a point where the effort of thought feels like too much. The anchors of truth, the gentle mental practices, they are good, but your mind is so weary from the day's pain that it can no longer hold on to them. The sorrow or the physical agony is so overwhelming that words, even the words of prayer, feel hollow and impossible. You want to cry out to me, but you have no voice. You want to articulate your need, but your mind is a fog of pain. And in this moment of helplessness, a new kind of despair can set in. The fear that you are now cut off from me, unable to even form the prayers you so desperately need. I want you to listen to me very closely. In these moments when your words fail, you have been given another language, a language more ancient, more honest, and more powerful than any spoken tongue. It is the language of tears, and I am fluent in it. Your tears are a prayer I understand perfectly. Do not ever believe the lie that your weeping is a sign of spiritual failure or a loss of control. See it for what it truly is. It is your heart, in its profound honesty, bypassing the tired, confused filter of your mind and speaking directly to me. It is the purest form of prayer, for it contains no pretense, no performance. It is simply the raw, liquid expression of your soul's reality, and it moves my heart like nothing else. Every tear tells a story, every tear has a voice, and I am leaning in to listen. The hot tears of fresh grief that fall from your eyes, they are a prayer that says, Lord, I loved so deeply. The hole they have left is immense. I am lost without them. I hear that prayer, and my heart answers, I know, my child. I loved them too, and I am here with you in the emptiness. The silent, trickling tears of chronic pain or illness. They are a prayer that whispers, I am so tired of this fight. My body is weary. My strength is gone. Uphold me. I hear that prayer, and my spirit groans with you, answering, I am your strength. Lean on me. My power is made perfect in your weakness. The frustrated, angry tears that come when life feels unfair, they are a prayer that shouts, this is not right. I do not understand your ways. Where is the justice? I hear that prayer, and I am not offended by its fire. I answer, I am here in the wrestling. Do not let go. My ways are higher, and my justice will roll down like waters in the end. Trust me in the mystery. The quiet tears of loneliness and despair. They are a prayer that barely makes a sound, saying, does anyone see me? Am I all alone in this? I hear that most delicate prayer, and my presence answers with a resounding, I see you. I have always seen you. You are not, and will never be, alone. My servant David, a man who knew the depths of pain, once cried out to me in a psalm. He said, you have kept count of my tossings, put my tears in your bottle. Are they not in your book? Think of the astonishing intimacy of this image. I am not a distant God, unmoved by your suffering. I am a meticulous archivist of your sorrow. Every sleepless night you have tossed and turned in your bed, I have been counting. I have been watching. And every tear that has escaped your eye, I have gathered it as if it were a precious pearl. I have a bottle, a sacred vessel, just for your tears. They are not wasted. They do not fall to the ground and disappear. They are collected, they are treasured, they are recorded in my book. Why would I do this? Because your tears are precious to me. They are the evidence of your love, your hope, your pain. They are a testament to the journey your heart has taken. And I am honoring that journey. I am saying that your pain is significant. It matters in the courts of heaven. It is seen, it is known, and it is held in a place of honor. So tonight, I release you from the burden of trying to find the right words. If all you have is tears, then let them be your prayer. Turn your face toward me and simply weep. Let your sorrow speak. Let your pain cry out. I am not just listening with my ears. I am listening with my whole being. I am interpreting the language of your soul. There is no prayer more honest than a tear. There is no petition more eloquent than a sob. There is no worship more raw and real than a heart that breaks open before its God. So let go of the need for words. Let go of the need for polished prayers. Let go of the need to understand it all. And just let your heart speak in its native tongue. I am here, and I understand. I am collecting every tear, and I am holding you close until the weeping is done. Rest now. Your prayer has been heard. My beloved child, as we sit here together, with your pain held safely in my hands, with your tears honored as a holy prayer, there is a final, crucial truth we must establish tonight. It is a truth that will become the solid ground beneath your feet when the waves of pain threaten to pull you under. And the truth is this: your pain is not you. The suffering you are experiencing is a part of your story, a season you are walking through, but it does not and will never define who you are. When pain is intense and long-lasting, it can be like a dye that seeps into every fabric of your life. It can change the way you think, the way you feel, the way you interact with the world. It can become so all-consuming that you begin to forget who you were before it came. The pain starts to whisper a new identity to you. Instead of being a person who is feeling grief, you become a grieving person. Instead of being a person who is experiencing illness, you become a sick person. Instead of being a person who is wrestling with despair, you become a depressed person. The pain moves from being an experience to being a definition. And this is one of the most subtle and devastating victories that the enemy can achieve in the life of a sufferer. Because when your pain becomes your identity, your hope begins to die. If this pain is who you are, then there is no possibility of ever being anything else. The pain becomes your permanent address, not just a temporary storm passing through. But I am here tonight to speak your true name. I am here to remind you of your core identity, an identity that was forged in eternity, sealed at the cross, and is utterly untouched and unchanged by your current circumstances, no matter how painful they may be. Your circumstances are temporary. Your identity in me is eternal. So let's speak the truth. Who are you really? First and foremost, you are my child. The moment you placed your trust in me, you were adopted into my family. You were given a new name, a new lineage, a new inheritance. Your fundamental identity is not sufferer, but son or daughter of the Most High God. This is your truest, most unshakable reality. A father does not define his child by their temporary sickness or their season of sadness. He defines them by the love and the relationship that binds them together. And so it is with us. You are my beloved. Just as my Father's voice declared over me at my baptism, so my heart declares over you now. You are my beloved in whom I am well pleased. Not because you are handling your pain perfectly, not because you are strong or have great faith. I am pleased with you because you are mine. My love for you and my delight in you are not dependent on your performance or your feelings. They are a constant, steady, foundational truth. Your pain cannot diminish my delight in you. You are a new creation. The person you were before you knew me is gone. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. Your spirit has been born again, recreated in my image. This new, eternal part of you is already perfect, already whole, already seated with me in the heavenly places. Your present pain is a temporary affliction happening to your earthly tent, your mortal body and mind. But your true self, your spirit, is already safe and secure and radiant in me. Your pain cannot touch the core of who you truly are. You are the temple of my Holy Spirit. My very life, my spirit, has made his home inside you. Think of the wonder of this. Your body, even in its pain, is a sanctuary. Your heart, even in its brokenness, is a holy of holies. My presence dwells within you. Therefore, your identity is not that of a desolate, empty ruin. Your identity is that of a sacred space, a dwelling place for God himself. I want you to use an image. Picture your pain as a fierce and terrible storm raging around a lighthouse. The wind is howling. The waves are crashing, throwing spray and foam high up against the stone walls. From the outside, it looks like the lighthouse is being consumed by the storm. The storm is everything. But what is the reality? The lighthouse is not the storm. The lighthouse is a structure of stone, its foundations sunk deep into the bedrock, immovable and strong. The storm is a temporary violent event that is happening to the lighthouse. The lighthouse's identity is to be a tower of stone and light. Its experience is to be battered by a storm. You, my child, are the lighthouse. Your identity in me is your stone foundation, sunk deep into the bedrock of my eternal love. Your pain is the storm. It is real. It is violent. It is terrifying. But it is not you. It is passing over you. And when the storm has passed, you will still be standing. Because your foundation is not in your feelings, not in your health, not in your circumstances, but in me. And I am the rock that can never be shaken. So tonight, as you rest, I want you to gently disentangle your sense of self from your sense of pain. Acknowledge the pain, yes, but refuse to let it be your name. Your name is child. Your name is beloved. Your name is new creation. Your name is temple. Rest now, not as a victim defined by your suffering, but as my cherished child, who is bravely and patiently enduring a storm, held fast upon an unshakable rock. My beloved child, as you lie here, your pain held, your tears honored, your true identity reaffirmed, we arrive at a profound and gentle mystery. It is the heart of the rest I offer you tonight. You may be thinking, this is all good, Lord, but the pain is still here. The ache has not vanished. The wound has not closed. How can I possibly find rest while the pain is still so present? It is a fair and honest question. And the answer is the secret that will change your relationship with suffering forever. The peace I give to you is not necessarily the absence of pain, but it is the presence of a person, me, in the midst of your pain. The world's idea of peace is a fragile, circumstantial thing. It is a calm sea, a cloudless sky, a life without problems. If that were the only peace available, you would be doomed to a life of turmoil, for the seas of this life are rarely calm for long. But my peace is different. My peace is a person. My peace is an anchor. My peace can and does coexist with the storm. I want to take you back to a story, a night on the Sea of Galilee. I was in a boat with my disciples, and a furious storm arose. The wind howled. The waves, black and menacing, crashed over the sides of the boat, filling it with water. These were experienced fishermen, men who knew the sea, and they were terrified. They were convinced they were about to perish. Their reality was chaos, fear, and imminent death. And where was I? I was asleep in the stern, my head on a cushion. Their panicked cry to me is the cry of every suffering heart. Teacher, do you not care that we are perishing? It is the cry that asks, if you are here, why is this storm still raging? If you love me, why does it still hurt so much? When I awoke, I did not immediately calm the storm. The first thing I did was simply to be awake with them in it. My presence was with them in the rocking, sinking boat. And then I spoke to the wind and the waves and said, "Peace, be still." And there was a great calm. Now, I have the power to do that for the storms in your life at any moment. But often, the deeper miracle is not the one where I still the storm around you, but the one where I still the storm inside you, even while the outer winds continue to howl. The disciples found peace when the storm ended. I am offering you peace that can be found in the very eye of it. So how do we find this peace? We find it by shifting our focus. I want you to picture your pain right now as that raging storm. The crashing waves are the intense flare-ups. The howling wind is the chorus of your anxious thoughts. The cold spray is the fear that drenches your soul. It is all-consuming. It feels like the only reality. But in the boat of your soul, I am here. And I am not panicking. I am not frantic. I am at peace. And I'm inviting you to find that same peace not by trying to stop the storm, but by turning your attention away from the storm and focusing it completely on me. I want you to imagine an anchor, a great, heavy, solid anchor. Your soul is the ship, tossed on the waves of your pain. But there is an anchor, and it is connected to your ship by a strong, unbreakable chain. That anchor is my presence. That chain is my promise that I will never leave you. The storm can rage on the surface. The waves can toss the ship back and forth. But the anchor is not on the surface. The anchor has been dropped deep, deep down, past the turbulent waters, into the profound, silent, unmoving stillness of the ocean floor. Down there is no storm. There is only a great and heavy calm. Your pain is the storm on the surface. It is real. It is loud. It is violent. But it is not the only reality. There is a deeper reality available to you right now, and it is the reality of my deep, abiding, unshakable peace. The anchor is already down. The chain is already secure. What I'm asking you to do is to become aware of the anchor, not just the storm. So, as you lie here, feel the sensation of your pain. Acknowledge the storm. Yes, it is there. But at the same time, I want you to feel for something else. Feel for the pull of the anchor. Feel for the deep, grounding sensation of my presence beneath it all. It is a feeling of being held fast. It is a quiet confidence deep in your spirit that says, even though this storm is raging, I will not be swept away. Even though I am being tossed, I will not be dashed on the rocks. I am anchored. Let your focus rest on the anchor. Pay more attention to the feeling of being held than to the feeling of being tossed. This is the secret. You may not be able to stop the waves of pain, but you can choose to fix your gaze on me, your anchor in the deep. This is the peace that surpasses understanding. It does not make sense to the world that you could be in pain and at peace simultaneously, but it is the mystery I offer you. It is the miracle of my presence. The storm is a fact, but my presence is the truth. And the truth is always more powerful than the fact. So rest now, not in the absence of the storm, but in the unwavering strength of your anchor. The waves will still come and go, the wind will still blow, but you, my child, are held fast. You are secure, you are anchored in me, and here in the midst of it all, you can find your rest. My dear one, as you rest in the truth of the anchor, the peace that holds you in the midst of the storm, let us turn our attention to the boat itself, to your precious, weary body. For your body has been fighting this storm alongside your mind and heart. Pain, whether its source is physical or emotional, has a profound effect on the body. It causes us to clench, to brace, to harden ourselves against the onslaught. This clenching is an unconscious protective instinct. But over time, this constant state of tension becomes a second source of pain, a layer of suffering that is exhausting, and one that we can, with gentle intention, begin to release. Think about it. When you are in pain, what does your body do? Your jaw tightens, your fists clench, your shoulders creep up toward your ears, the muscles in your back and stomach become rigid, as if preparing for a physical blow. You have been living in this state of physical armor for hours, perhaps for days or even years. Your body has forgotten how to be soft. It has forgotten how to be at rest. And tonight, we are going to gently reteach it. We are going to give it permission to unclench, to surrender the physical fight, which will in turn bring a deeper peace to your soul. This will be a slow, gentle journey through your body. I want you to bring your awareness to each part, not with judgment, but with a tender, loving curiosity. Let's begin with your hands. Without moving them, just notice them. Are they clenched into fists? Are your fingers stiff and rigid? Your hands often reflect the state of your heart. A clenched fist is a fist that is fighting, a fist that is holding on tight to control, a fist that is refusing to surrender. It is a posture of war. But the war is over for tonight. In your mind, I want you to very slowly, deliberately, begin to unfurl your fingers. Imagine them uncurling one by one. Feel the tension in your knuckles and your palms begin to release. Let your fingers become long, soft, and open. An open hand is a hand that is no longer fighting. It is a hand that is ready to receive. It is a hand that has surrendered. Let your hands lie open and at peace, a physical symbol of your trust in me. Now, let's move our awareness to your jaw. This is a place where we store so much tension, so much unexpressed anger or frustration. Notice if your teeth are clenched together. Notice if the powerful muscles along the sides of your face are hard and tight. This clenching is the effort of biting back your feelings, of holding it all in. Gently, create a small space between your upper and lower teeth. Let your jaw hang slack. Let your tongue, which may have been pressed against the roof of your mouth, rest softly and heavily in the bottom of your mouth. Feel the wave of release that spreads from your jaw through your entire face. The tiny muscles around your mouth and eyes can finally let go. This is the posture of release, of letting your honest feelings be safe with me. Let's bring our attention to your shoulders. All day you have been carrying the weight of your pain, and your shoulders have been bearing the load, creeping up towards your ears. This is the posture of being burdened, of being braced. I want you to take a gentle breath in, and as you exhale, I want you to consciously, deliberately, let your shoulders drop. Let them fall. Let them feel heavy. Imagine the heavy cloak of responsibility and pain sliding off of them and pooling on the bed around you. Feel the space that is created between your earlobes and the tops of your shoulders. This is the posture of unburdening. of letting me be the one to carry the weight now. Now, let's move to your stomach and your chest. When we are afraid or in pain, we tighten these core muscles. We guard our heart and our vital organs. It creates that feeling of a knot in your gut, a tightness in your chest. Let's breathe into that space. Take a slow, deep breath, and instead of letting your chest rise, let your belly expand. Let it become soft, round, and vulnerable. A soft belly is a sign of ultimate trust. It is the posture of a contented baby who has no fear because they know they are completely safe. By allowing your belly to be soft, you are sending a powerful signal to your nervous system that the threat has passed, that you are safe, that you are protected by a love that is stronger than any pain. Finally, feel this wave of release move down through your legs and into your feet. Let them become heavy, limp, and utterly still. Let go of the tension that was bracing you to run or to fight. You are not going anywhere. You are here. You are safe. You are at rest. Your entire body, from the tips of your toes to the top of your head, is now being invited into a state of profound, unclenched surrender. Each muscle that you soften is an act of faith. Each release of tension is a prayer of trust. You are letting go of the physical fight, and in doing so, you are allowing a deeper peace to settle into the very fibers of your being. The pain may still be present, a sensation in a body that is now soft and at rest, rather than a foe to be fought by a body that is tense and at war. And in that softness, in that surrender, you will find a new and deeper level of rest. My beloved child, as your body unclenches and your mind finds its anchor, I want to introduce you to a profound and beautiful truth. It is a truth that is often misunderstood, but once grasped, it becomes a source of inexhaustible comfort and strength, especially in times of great pain. It is the truth of my grace. And the specific message I have for your aching heart tonight is this: there is grace for this too. When you hear the word grace, what comes to mind? For many, grace is solely about the forgiveness of sins. It is the unmerited favor that pardons your past, that washes you clean, that declares you righteous before the Father because of my sacrifice. And that is a glorious, foundational, and absolutely true aspect of my grace. Without it, we could not even begin this conversation. But my grace is not a one-time transaction that happened at the moment of your salvation. It is not a past tense event. My grace is a present tense reality. It is a dynamic, living, and powerful force. It is the very operating system of my kingdom. And it is not designed only to deal with your sin. It is also designed to meet you in your suffering. For every specific type of human pain, there is a specific and tailor-made manifestation of my grace, perfectly suited to help you endure it. Think of grace as a divine energy, a supernatural strength, a holy empowerment that I provide for you in your moments of need. It is my life flowing into your weakness. It is my power showing up in your exhaustion. The Apostle Paul, when he was struggling with his thorn in the flesh, a source of great pain, pleaded with me to take it away. He thought the solution was the removal of the problem, but I gave him a deeper revelation. I told him, "My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness." My grace is sufficient. It is enough. Not just enough in a bare minimum, scraping by sort of way. It is a superabundant, more than enough provision. For the specific pain you are feeling right now, today, I have a specific grace that is perfectly sufficient to meet it. Let's think about what that means for you tonight. Is your pain a deep, emotional grief? Then there is a grace for grief. It is a grace that manifests as a supernatural comfort, a sense that you are being held in your sorrow. It is a grace that gives you the strength to get out of bed in the morning when your heart is heavy as lead. It is a grace that allows you to cry without falling into the black hole of despair. It is a grace that gently, over time, begins to mend the shattered pieces of your heart. There is a grace specifically for this, Is your pain a relentless physical ailment? Then there is a grace for sickness. It is a grace that gives you a supernatural endurance to face another day of discomfort. It is a grace that grants you moments of peace and mental clarity, even when your body is screaming. It is a grace that guards your heart from the bitterness and resentment that so often accompany chronic illness. It is a grace that helps you to find meaning and purpose, even within the confines of your physical limitations. There is a grace specifically for this. Is your pain the sting of anxiety and fear? Then there is a grace for anxiety. It is a grace that acts as a divine tranquilizer for your overactive nervous system. It is a grace that empowers you to take your thoughts captive and to fix your mind on me. It is a grace that floods your heart with a peace that surpasses all logical understanding. It is a grace that gives you the courage to face a feared situation, walking with you every step of the way. There is a grace specifically for this. My grace is not a vague, abstract concept. It is a practical, tangible help for your present reality. And it is not something you have to strive for or earn. You do not have to be good enough to receive my grace for your pain. Paul said he learned to boast in his weaknesses so that the power of Christ could rest on him. Your weakness, your pain, your desperate need, these are the very things that qualify you to receive this grace. They are the empty vessels that you bring to me, and I delight in filling them to overflowing. So tonight, as you lie here in your pain, I want you to change your prayer. Instead of only praying, Lord, take this pain away, I invite you to also pray, Lord, give me your grace for this pain. Open your heart to receive it. It is not a feeling you have to conjure up. It is a strength you simply receive by faith. Imagine it now. A gentle, steady stream of liquid light of divine energy, flowing from my heart directly into yours. It is flowing into the very center of your pain. It is not necessarily removing the pain, but it is surrounding it, infusing it, changing its nature. It is giving you the power to bear it. It is giving you the strength to endure it. It is giving you the peace to rest in the midst of it. This is my promise to you. You will not face a single moment of your pain with only your own limited resources. For every moment there is a corresponding measure of my grace available to you. You just have to ask. You just have to receive. There is grace for this, my child. So much grace. Let it hold you now. Let it strengthen you. And let it carry you into a peaceful, grace-filled sleep. My precious child, you are resting now in the sufficiency of my grace. You have entrusted your pain to my hands and begun to breathe through the moment. But as the world darkens and you prepare for sleep, a new vulnerability can arise. The state of sleep is a state of surrender, and for a soul that is already wounded and in pain, this surrender can feel frightening. Your defenses are down. Your conscious mind, which has been working so hard to protect you, is about to go offline. And the fear can creep in. What will happen to me in the night? Will I be safe? Will my pain worsen? Will nightmares come? I want to speak directly to this deep-seated fear of nighttime vulnerability. I want you to know, with an unshakable certainty, that as you sleep, you are not unprotected. In fact, you are entering into the most heavily guarded, divinely sheltered state of your entire day. As you rest, my presence becomes a shield around you, protecting your already wounded soul from any further harm. Think of yourself as a soldier, wounded in battle. You have been brought back from the front lines to a field hospital, a place of safety and healing. The battle still rages outside the tent, but you are no longer in it. You are in a protected space where healers can tend to your wounds. The night, for you, is this field hospital. Your bedroom is this tent. And I am the guard at the door. I am the protective perimeter. I want you to visualize this shield of my presence. It is not a cold, hard metal shield. It is a shield of living light. Imagine a beautiful, transparent, shimmering sphere of golden light forming all around you. It encompasses your bed, your body, your entire being. It is a bubble of my holiness, a sanctuary of my peace. This shield is semi-permeable. It allows all of my love, my peace, my grace, and my healing to flow freely into you. But it is completely impermeable to all that would harm you. Let's speak of what this shield protects you from. It protects you from the accusations of the enemy. The night is when the accuser loves to do his work. He comes in the quiet to whisper lies of condemnation, shame, and guilt, trying to infect your wounds with his poison. But tonight, his whispers will not reach you. They will strike the shield of my light and dissolve into nothing. The shield declares, "This soul is covered by the blood of the Lamb. There is no condemnation here. Access denied." It protects you from the torment of anxiety. The fears that have chased you all day will try to follow you into your sleep. The what-ifs and the worst-case scenarios will prowl around the perimeter, looking for a way in. But they cannot penetrate this sphere of peace. My shield is imbued with the peace that surpasses all understanding, and it stands guard over your heart and your mind. Any thought of fear that approaches the shield is immediately neutralized, calmed, and turned away. It protects you from the assault of nightmares. For a soul in pain, dreams can become a place of terror, replaying traumas and amplifying fears. But tonight, I am standing guard over the gateway to your dreams. I am filtering what is allowed to enter. I am commanding my angels to minister to you even in your subconscious state. I am decreeing that your sleep will be sweet, a time of true rest and restoration, not of turmoil. And it protects you from the crushing weight of the world's sorrow. Even in sleep, your empathetic heart can feel the pain of the world. But tonight, you are being sheltered from that burden. I am the one who carries the sorrows of the world, not you. Within this shield, you are in a temporary Sabbath from that weight. Your only job is to be healed, to be restored, so that you can awaken with the strength to be my hands and feet in the world again tomorrow. So I want you to feel the reality of this shield. Feel its gentle, warm, and loving presence all around you. See its soft, golden glow filling your room, pushing back all the darkness to the farthest corners. Know that you are resting in a fortress of divine light. You are in the safest place in the universe. You can let go now. You can surrender your vigilance. You do not have to protect yourself. I am protecting you. My love is your shield. My faithfulness is your rampart. My power is your guard. You have been so hurt today. You have been so exposed and so vulnerable. But that is over now. You are sheltered, you are covered. You are safe from all further harm. Rest now, my wounded warrior. Rest in the impregnable fortress of my love. My dear child, as you rest here so safely sheltered within the fortress of my love, your pain held, your body unclenched, there is one final anchor I want to give you to hold on to as you drift into sleep. It is the anchor of hope. It is the sure and certain promise of a new morning. When you are in the depths of a painful day and the night closes in, it can feel like the darkness will last forever. The pain can feel so immense, so all-consuming, that it is impossible to imagine a reality where it does not dominate your every waking thought. The night can feel like a tomb, a final and permanent state of being. And this feeling, this loss of hope for a future different from the present, is the very definition of despair. Despair is the belief that tomorrow will be just like today. But I am the God of the morning. I am the one who created the dawn. And I have woven a promise into the very fabric of creation and into the heart of my word. The psalmist sang of it, a truth he learned through many nights of tears and pain. He declared, "Weeping may tarry for the night, but joy comes with the morning." This is not a sentimental wish. It is a divine principle. It is a promise from the one who is faithful and true. The night of weeping, the night of pain, is real. I do not deny its existence or its length. It may tarry, it may linger, it may feel as though it will never end. But it does not have the final word. The final word is joy. The final word is morning. I want you to hold this promise like a precious seed in your heart tonight. Even if your feelings tell you otherwise, even if the pain is so loud it drowns out every other thought, I want you to plant this tiny seed of truth in the soil of your soul. Morning is coming. What does this new morning look like? It does not always mean that at the first light of dawn, all your problems will have miraculously vanished. The healing of deep wounds takes time, but it does mean that something new is available to you. The promise of the morning is the promise of my mercies, which are new every morning. The grace that you were given for today's pain will expire at midnight. And at 1 second past midnight, a whole new, fresh, custom-made supply of grace will be waiting for you, perfectly sufficient for the challenges of the new day. The strength you used up today will be replenished. You are not running on a finite supply. You are connected to an infinite source. The morning brings a fresh infusion of my strength for your weariness. The morning also brings a new perspective. The problems and pains that seem so monstrous and insurmountable in the darkness of the night often shrink in the clear, honest light of day. The light brings clarity. It brings a renewed ability to see not just the problem, but also the resources I have given you to face it. It brings a renewed sense of possibility. And the morning brings joy. This may feel like the hardest part of the promise to believe when you are in such pain. The joy may not be a boisterous, laughing joy at first. It may be a quiet joy, the joy of having simply made it through the night, the quiet joy of a bird singing outside your window, the quiet joy of a warm cup in your hands, the quiet joy of knowing you are not alone, that I have been with you through the darkness and have brought you safely to a new day. It is a gentle, resilient joy, and it is a powerful antidote to the despair of the night. So as you prepare to sleep, I want you to orient your heart, not toward the pain you are in now, but toward the morning that is to come. You are not closing your eyes on a finished story. You are closing your eyes at the end of a difficult chapter, trusting the author to write a new one for you while you rest. Think of your sleep tonight not as an end, but as a journey through the necessary darkness of the night, toward the certain dawn. I will be your guide on this journey. I will hold your hand through the dark hours, and I will be the one to gently wake you when the light returns. The pain you feel now is real. The night is dark, but it is temporary. It is a season. It is a chapter. It is not your forever home. Your home is in the eternal morning of my presence, and every sunrise on this earth is a small taste, a little promise of that final, glorious, tearless morning that awaits all who love me. So hold on to this hope. Let it be the last thought in your mind before you sleep. Weeping may last for this night, but my joy, my mercy, my strength, they are coming. Morning is on its way. Rest now, and let me carry you toward the dawn. My precious child, as you lie on the very edge of sleep, your hope anchored in the coming morning, I want to offer you one final gift of my presence. We have tended to your mind, to your body, and to your spirit. We have addressed the sting and the ache. Now I want to minister to the raw sensation of the pain itself. I want to surround it, to saturate it with my love, and to let that love act as a gentle, holy anesthetic for your wounded soul. An anesthetic does not instantly heal a wound, but it does something miraculous. It allows the consciousness to find rest even while the body is in a state of trauma. It quiets the pain signals. It brings a peaceful oblivion, a necessary respite that makes true healing possible. My love, in its infinite tenderness and power, can do the same for your spirit tonight. I want you to stop trying to analyze or understand or even breathe through the pain for a moment. I want you to simply allow it to be there, and then I want you to turn your full attention to the reality of my love for you. Do not think of it as an abstract concept. I want you to experience it as a tangible substance, a gentle and pervasive element like a thick, warm, fragrant fog that is beginning to fill the room. Imagine this fog of my love, this anesthetic of grace, slowly and silently seeping into everything, It has no color, but you can feel its warmth. It has no sound, but you can feel its peaceful vibration. It moves without a breeze. It is gentle, yet it is utterly unstoppable. See it now, as it begins to surround your bed. It swirls around the legs of your bed frame, a soft and silent cloud. It rises up, enveloping you in a cocoon of pure, unconditional love. You are now inside this cloud. Breathe it in. This is not like normal air. It is thick with peace. It is heavy with tenderness. With every breath, you draw more of this loving substance into your very being. Now, I want you to watch as this gentle anesthetic of love begins to interact with your pain. It does not attack the pain. It does not recoil from it. It simply surrounds it. It seeps into it. If your pain is a fire, my love is a gentle, cooling mist that doesn't extinguish the fire abruptly, but slowly, gently, lowers its temperature, calming its flames. If your pain is a block of ice in your chest, my love is a warm, penetrating heat that doesn't shatter the ice, but slowly, patiently, begins to melt its sharp, frozen edges. Feel this happening now. Feel the character of your pain beginning to change. The sharp, piercing quality begins to dull. The relentless, throbbing nature of it begins to soften. The pain is still there, but it is now suspended, floating, held within this thick, cushioning medium of my love. It no longer has a direct, raw connection to your consciousness. There is a buffer, a beautiful, divine, loving buffer. This is the ministry of my comfort. I am comforting you, which means to come alongside and give strength. My love is coming alongside your pain, and its very presence is giving you the strength to endure it by softening its impact. Let your mind drift in this warm, fragrant cloud. Let go of your focus on the pain, and focus instead on the cloud. Focus on the feeling of being saturated, permeated, and filled with my love. Let that feeling become more real to you than the feeling of the pain. You are floating in an ocean of affection. You are breathing an atmosphere of grace. The pain signals that have been firing so frantically in your brain begin to slow down. They get quieter, more distant. It is as if you are listening to them from another room. You are aware of them, but they are no longer the center of your experience. The center of your experience now is my love. This is my gift to you as you cross the threshold into sleep. I am anesthetizing your spirit with my love, so that your body and mind can find the deep, restorative rest they so desperately need. I am taking the edge off. I am soothing the raw nerves. I am creating a space of peace where healing can occur, undisturbed by the constant screaming of the pain. So surrender to this sensation. Surrender to the warm, heavy, peaceful feeling of being utterly saturated in my love. Let it be the last thing you feel. Let it carry you away from the shores of painful consciousness and into the deep, quiet, peaceful waters of sleep. The pain is being quieted. The discomfort is being soothed. All that is left is love, my love, all around you, all within you. Sleep now, my child. Sleep in this gentle, holy peace. My precious child, as you float in this gentle, love-induced peace on the very precipice of sleep, there is one final act of trust I want to invite you into. It is the act of consciously and deliberately entrusting the hours of the night into my hands. For a person in pain, the night can be the most feared time of all. The distractions of the day are gone. The world grows quiet, and the inner world of your pain can become deafeningly loud. The darkness can feel like an accomplice to your suffering, a vast and empty space where you are alone with your ache. You may fear the long, sleepless hours of tossing and turning. You may fear waking up in the middle of the night, your pain more intense than ever. You may fear the loneliness of the pre-dawn hours. The night, which should be a time of rest, can become a thing to be dreaded and endured. But it does not have to be this way. I am the Lord of the night as surely as I am the Lord of the day. The darkness is not dark to me, and I am asking you to give me the night, to hand over these next several hours to me as a sacred trust, believing that I can and will care for you through them in ways you cannot even imagine. Let's do this together, as a formal act of surrender. I want you to picture the night ahead as a physical object. Perhaps it is a large, dark velvet cloak, or maybe it is a locked, mysterious box, or simply a span of time, a road stretching out through the darkness. See it clearly in your mind. This is the territory you are about to enter. And now, I want you to see yourself taking this object, this cloak, this box, this road, and formally placing it into my hands. As you do this, I want you to speak a prayer of entrustment in your heart. It can be as simple as this: Jesus, I give you my night. I entrust these hours to you. I place my sleep, my body, my mind, and my pain into your loving care. You are the watchman of my night. I will rest, and I will trust you to do the work. When you do this, you are fundamentally changing your role. You are abdicating your position as the anxious guardian of your own rest, a job you were never equipped to do, and you are allowing me to take my rightful place as the Lord of your sleep. You are letting go of the responsibility for how the night unfolds. What does it mean that I will be the watchman of your night? It means that if you sleep soundly, it is because I am sustaining that sleep, guarding you from disturbances both internal and external. I am overseeing the restorative processes in your body, the gentle healing of your mind, the deep refreshment of your spirit. Your peaceful sleep is my active gift to you. It means that if you wake in the middle of the night, you will not wake alone. The moment your consciousness flickers, you will awaken into the immediate and tangible reality of my presence. I will be there with you in the quiet darkness. You will not be met with a terrifying emptiness, but with a comforting companionship. If you wake in pain, I will be there to help you breathe through it. If you wake in fear, I will be there to remind you that you are safe. You will not have to face a single moment of the night on your own. My watch is constant. It means that I will be at work while you are at rest. The night is not a passive, empty time. It is a time when my spirit does some of his deepest, most mysterious work. While your conscious mind is still, I can speak to your spirit. I can untangle knots in your subconscious. I can plant seeds of hope and healing that will blossom in the days to come. Your rest is not an obstacle to my work. It is the prerequisite for it. By entrusting the night to me, you are giving me the space and the permission to do what only I can do. So see the transaction as complete. You have handed the night over to me. It is no longer in your hands. It is no longer your problem to solve. Your job is finished for the day. Your only remaining task is to close your eyes and fall into the rest that I am providing. Let a wave of profound relief wash over you. The burden of managing the night is gone. The fear of the long, dark hours can now recede. You are not entering the darkness alone. You are being carried into the darkness by the one who is the light of the world. And he has promised to stay with you, to watch over you, to be your guardian, your comforter, and your friend all the night long. You have entrusted your most vulnerable hours to the most trustworthy being in the universe. It is the wisest, safest decision you could ever make. Now let go. The watchman is on duty. Your soul is in good hands. My precious weary child, you are almost there. You have surrendered your night into my care. You are floating in the gentle anesthetic of my love. Now, I want to give you one final, enduring promise to hold on to as the last vestiges of your waking mind dissolve into sleep. It is a promise about the duration of my care, the nature of my commitment to you in your pain. My promise is this: I will hold you until the pain subsides. Not just until morning, not just until the storm passes, not just until you feel a little better. I am with you for the duration. My presence in your pain has no expiration date. My commitment to you is not temporary. I am not a fair-weather friend who stays only when the sun is shining. I am the God who enters into the long, slow, and often painful process of healing with you, and I will not let you go until the work is done. When a loving parent holds a child who is in pain, they do not set a timer. They do not say, "I will hold you for 10 minutes, and then you must be okay." No. The parent holds the child, rocking them, whispering to them, stroking their hair, for as long as it takes. They hold them until the crying stops, until the fear recedes, until the breathing becomes deep and even, until the child's tense body has gone limp with the relief of sleep. The duration of the embrace is determined by the need of the child. So it is with me. I am holding you now, and I will continue to hold you. If your pain is a single difficult night, I will hold you until the morning light brings relief. If your pain is a season of grief that lasts for months, I will hold you through every one of those days and nights, never growing weary of your sorrow, never rushing your process. If your pain is a chronic illness that you will carry for the rest of your earthly life, then I will be your constant companion, your load bearer, your ever-present help in trouble for the rest of your life. My commitment is not to a timeline, it is to you. This promise should bring a profound rest to your soul because it releases you from the pressure to heal on a schedule. You do not have to perform your healing for me. You do not have to rush to get better to please me or to avoid being a burden to me. You are never a burden. Your healing journey is a sacred one, and I am honored to be your companion on it. There is no pressure here. There is no deadline. There is only a steady, patient, and enduring love. So as you fall asleep tonight, I want you to sink into this feeling of timeless, unconditional support. You can let go of the anxious question, "How long will this hurt?" And you can replace it with the peaceful assurance, "He will hold me for as long as it takes." This is the kind of love that truly heals. It is a love that is patient, a love that is kind, a love that bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. It is a love that never fails. So feel my arms around you now. They are not the arms of a temporary visitor. They are the everlasting arms. The arms that have held you from the moment you were conceived. The arms that will hold you through the moment of your last breath. The arms that will carry you safely into eternity. These arms will not grow tired. These arms will not let you go. Whether your pain subsides in an hour, or in a week, or in a lifetime, the posture of my heart toward you will remain the same. I am holding you. So you can release everything now. Release the need to know when. Release the need to understand how. Release the fear that you will be left alone in this. You will not. I am here, and I will hold you. I will hold you until the pain subsides, and even then, I will not let you go. Rest now, my child. Rest in a love that has no end. My beloved child, as you surrender to the deep healing sleep you so desperately need, held in the promise of my unending care, I want to speak a final blessing over you. This is more than just a parting wish. These are words of creative power, words of divine intention, spoken from the heart of your Creator and Redeemer directly into the very fabric of your being. I want you to receive them not with your mind, which is already at rest, but with your spirit, which remains open and receptive to me even in sleep. Let this blessing be the gentle rain that waters the seeds of healing we have planted together tonight. First, I bless your body, your precious, weary, and wonderful body. It has been a faithful servant, carrying you through a day of immense pain. It has been a battlefield, enduring the assaults of illness or the deep aches of sorrow. It is the temple of my own spirit, and tonight I speak a blessing of profound restoration over it. I bless every system, from your nervous system to your circulatory system. I command them to find their perfect, God-given rhythm of rest and repair. I bless your muscles, releasing the last, deepest stores of tension. I speak to the knots of pain in your shoulders, your back, and your neck, and I command them to loosen their grip. I bless your jaw, your hands, and your feet. commanding them to remain soft and at peace. I bless your heart, that it may beat with a strong and steady cadence of peace all through the night. I bless your lungs, that they may draw in the breath of life fully and deeply, without struggle. I speak to every cell, every fiber, every nerve ending. I bless them with a Sabbath rest. A holy pause from the work of pain. May your sleep be a true baptism of physical renewal, so that you may awaken with a measure of strength and ease that you did not have before. Receive this blessing of bodily peace. Next, I bless your mind, which has been a place of such turmoil. It has raced with fears, wrestled with questions, and replayed painful memories. It has been caught in loops of anxiety and despair. So now I speak a blessing of divine stillness over your mind. I bless your thoughts that they may be quiet. I bless your subconscious that it may be a place of gentle processing and healing, not of fearful torment. I place a guard of my own peace at the gateway of your mind, turning away any thought that would seek to disturb your rest. I bless you with dreams that are not filled with chaos, but are instead filled with images of my beauty, my safety, and my love. May you dream of quiet waters and green pastures. May you dream of being held and comforted. May I myself meet you in your dreams, not with complex messages, but with a simple, reassuring presence. I bless your mind with a deep and profound clearing, like a sky washed clean after a storm. May you awaken with a sense of mental quiet and clarity. Receive this blessing of a stilled mind. Then I bless your heart, your tender, brave, and broken heart. It has felt so much today. It has borne the sharp sting of fresh grief or the heavy weight of old sorrow. It has felt lonely, frightened, and overwhelmed. So now I speak a blessing of ultimate comfort over your heart. I bless the broken places, speaking a gentle command for the tissues of your soul to begin knitting themselves back together under the care of my spirit. I bless the empty places and I pour my own love into them, a warm and golden light that fills every void. I bless the frightened places, wrapping them in a thick, unshakable sense of my protection. I speak to your heart and I remind it of its true worth, its belovedness, its eternal security in me. May your heart rest tonight, not striving, not aching, not fearing, but simply beating in gentle rhythm with my own, held in the safety of my hands. Receive this blessing of a comforted heart. Finally, I bless your entire being. I bless you as a whole person, body, soul, mind, and spirit. I bless your past with my redeeming grace. I bless your present with my comforting presence. And I bless your future with my unwavering hope. I speak a blessing of wholeness over you, a shalom peace that touches every part of you. I declare that this night of pain will not be the final word. I declare that healing is your inheritance. I declare that joy will come in the morning. I declare that you are deeply, completely, and eternally loved. Let this blessing settle over you like the softest, warmest blanket. Let it seep into your very DNA. Let it be the truth that defines your rest. You are not a victim of your pain. You are a blessed child of the Most High God undergoing a process of divine comfort and restoration. You are blessed. Receive it. And so, we are here, at the end of this long, painful day, at the very edge of the quiet harbor of sleep. There is nothing more to say. There is nothing more to do. All the work is done. You have been so brave. You have faced your pain. You have unclenched your soul. You have received my presence, my promises, my grace, and my blessing. All that is left is the final, gentle, loving command from the heart of your Savior. Rest now, my child. Rest now. Let this be a command of pure grace. It is not a suggestion you must try to follow. It is not a task you must achieve. It is a state of being that I am now enabling you to enter. I am giving you the rest. You must only surrender to it. Let go of the last thread of conscious thought. Let go of the need to listen to my voice any longer. The truths have been spoken. They will do their work in you while you sleep. The seeds have been planted. Now they must be watered by the quiet darkness. Rest from the fight. You have fought so hard. But the battle is mine now. I will stand guard while you sleep. I will contend with the forces of darkness and fear on your behalf. You are a soldier at rest in the fortress, while your king defends the walls. Rest from the questions. The whys and the how longs. The need for answers can be a torment in itself. Tonight, rest in the mystery. Rest in the character of the God who is too wise to ever make a mistake and too loving to ever be unkind. The answers are safe with me. You can rest in not knowing. Rest from the effort to feel better, the effort to be strong, the effort to heal. The healing is my work, not yours. Your work is only to receive. And the most receptive posture you can take is the posture of deep, surrendered rest. Feel the gentle but irresistible pull of sleep. It is like a slow, deep, warm river current. Do not fight it. Do not be afraid of where it is taking you. It is taking you home. It is taking you into a place of deep peace. It is carrying you into the heart of my own rest. Let your body become heavy as lead. Sink down into your bed and let your bed sink down into the foundation of the world, and let the world rest securely in my hands. You are so held. You are so secure. The pain of this day was immense, but the peace of this night will be deeper still. The sorrow was great, but the comfort is greater. The darkness was profound, but my light, which now surrounds you and fills you, is infinitely more profound. So I say it one last time as a final whisper, a final lullaby, a final kiss upon your weary brow. Rest now, my child, my beloved, my brave one. Rest now.